One of the things that I struggle with a lot in the MPC is time stretching. And I'm pretty sure if I struggle with it, you struggle with it too. But I do have some tips and some workarounds that I use. I'm working on the track right now, and I used Golden Comps, which is on 16levels.com. So if you go to 16levels.com, you'll get this dope sample pack, 16levels.com. Make sure you check it out. What I've done so far is I've loaded in drums, and as you can see, I labeled everything. So now my drums are labeled. So my drums sound like this. Now, if I go to the source and I go look here, my drums, if I go to the drums, my drums are 78. That's a BPM of 78 beats per minute. The actual sample that I'm going to use has 74 beats per minute. Now, if I was to play that, which I've already loaded them in, I'm going to load this one in. I'm going to record this is what I really mean. I need the sample to time stretch with the drums. In order to do that, I'm going to go here, go to my sample, and I'm going to hit process. Once I hit process, I'm going to scroll over to time stretching. All right, so I'm here at time stretching. Now, you notice right here it says 20. I don't know why it does this, but what we want to do is we want to make sure we take it back because it's like 4 beats per measure. It's 4 beats per measure. Really, it's 2 beats per measure. So the part of the sample that I really want to use, I want to make sure that I time stretch it correctly. In order to do that, I need to know the BPM of that particular bar that I'm going to use to time stretch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to go with 2 beats per measure. So when I go back in here and I process and I time stretch, I'm going to take this to 2 beats. Then after I take this to 2 beats, I'm going to make this, the current tempo is 74. That's the current tempo. What do I want to take it to? I want to take it to 78. All right, so I want it to be at 78%, all right? Then I hit do it. Give it a minute to process. All right, so now let's see how our sample sounds. So let's see. Now you see we have a perfectly time stretched sample, and it actually matches. So that's one way you can time stretch your sample. You got to make sure you have the right BPM and set the bars correctly. Once you set the beats per measure correctly and you set the time, because you want it as close to your sample as the original tempo of the sample, and then you want to set it to the tempo that you want to use for your particular beat. So some people like to warp after they do that. I hold the menu down, I hit pad 14. After I went to pad 14, I went from global to sample. And as you see, I come here and I can tap warp just like that. So now, so if I was to go up, see the sample goes up. Now the drums didn't go up because I didn't do that to the drums. So if I come back to my drums, put this back at 78. If I come back to my drums, same thing, hold down your menu button, pad 14, and here I am at my drums, and I hit warp. Now, if I was to go up in tempo, but let's say you don't have the actual BPM on the sample. What would you do? So let me go look for a sample that does not have a BPM associated with it. Go to third-party samples. We're going to find a sample, preferably one that does not have BPMs on it. Let's go to Beat Butcher. Yep, Beat Butcher's one. We go to the Filth 4, we go to Musical Chops, and as you can see, he has a lot of musical chops, and there's no BPM associated with the musical chops. When I have situations like this is where I use tempo matching, and then I time stretch after I tempo match. What I first have to do is I have to find the tempo of the sample. Once you have your sample, what you can do is you kind of tap tempo the sample. Here's the sample. I'm going to go to a new track, not drums. Go to Unused, New Program, and basically I'm going to load the sample here. So this sample right here, Bass Licks 1, I'm going to load this right here. Load. Now we have. I want to tap out the tempo. So I'm going to do it as follows. All right, so this says it's about 63. So I'm going to scroll forward up to 63. Some people may have a different tip. They may do it a different way. Comment down below and let us know what tips you have for time stretching. Close. And I'm gonna go here and shift. Let's see. Might be a little too fast. Two, three, four. 2, 2, 3, 4. Probably about 64 beats per measure. There we go. Let me try 64 and see what happens. Nope, 65 is it. All right, so what we want to do right here is match the tempo of this new sample to the actual beat. All right, so what I want to do here is we've got the tempo of the song, and we realize that the tempo of the sample is about 65 beats per measure, okay? I'm gonna go into that sample, all right, and I'm gonna go to process. I'm gonna put this at 4 beats per measure, even though, we got 2 here. We're gonna put this at 65, do it. Oh, cancel, sorry. Process, enter 65, 00, do it. All right, now I want this to go to 78. So now I'm gonna put this at 78. Do it. All right, 65 beats per measure. Now we're here at 78. But I made one simple flaw with my sample. All right. There we go. Now let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's put this on 78. Look at that. We got it. All right, so now we got everything matching. Since we have everything matching, let's go back With these drums. And that's how you beat match or tempo match and time stretch. What kind of makes the time stretching easier. You got to experiment it, you got to play with it, and make sure that that it works in your favor. I was getting ready to say pause, I couldn't help it. And make sure it works in your favor, okay? But experiment with this. If this brought you value, if this helped you, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell notifications when we have more videos coming back. We got more tutorials coming. At the same time, if you want to learn more about the Akai MPC, make sure you check this video right here. Check this video right here. You know you want to do it. Come on now. You know you want to do it. All right. Everybody, y'all have a great one. Peace.